Hey guys, welcome to another video of my NFL picks for the 2022 NFL season. This week we're going to week 3. It's gonna be another fun, crazy week like it has been the first 2 weeks. But let's get right into it. Thursday night, the week opener is Steelers versus Browns. These two teams are big rivals. I think the Steelers will regain momentum and win this one on the road in Cleveland. Next up is the noon game, Saints versus Panthers. Another big NFC South divisional rivalry between the Saints and the Panthers. I think the Saints will win this one on the road and shut down Baker Mayfield and the Panthers offense. Texans versus Bears. These two interconference matchups. Last year the Bears beat the Texans fairly easily. I think the Bears will run the ball all over the Texans. Worst defense, who has the worst run defense in the entire league, and they'll take this one at home. Next, Chiefs versus Colts. I think Chiefs made a big statement win last Thursday night against the Chargers, and I believe they will beat the struggling Colts and move to 3-0 on the season. Next is Bills Dolphins. I think this one will be a really entertaining that will have the Bills coming out on top to move to 3-0. These two teams have pretty similar teams. I just think that the Bills players are better on offense than Miami's offensive players. So I think the Bills win this one on the road in Miami. Lions Vikings and NFC North divisional matchup. I think the Lions offense will slow down a bit after putting up 35 plus points in each of their first 2 games. And I think Kirk Cousins will have a much better game than he did on Monday night against the Eagles. I think the Vikings take this one at home. Next game is Patriots versus Ravens. I think the Ravens have a better all-around team than the Patriots, and will take this game on the road in Foxborough. Bengals versus Jets. I think the Bengals are the better team. Jets made a miraculous comeback last week against the Browns, but I think the Bengals will do better in protecting Joe Burrow, which will give him time to find his open receivers and route to winning this game. And I think the Bengals win their first game of the season. Titans versus Raiders. I think the Raiders will get their first one of the season in the Music City. I just don't think the Titans have enough weapons to beat the Raiders. The Raiders have been on the wrong end of 2 tough losses to start the year. I think teams have found a way to stop Derrick Henry, and I think the Titans will go 0-3 and the Raiders will go 1-2. Eagles versus Commanders. I think Jalen Hurts will continue to lead the soaring Eagles over the Commanders and start the season 3-0. Jaguars versus Chargers. This could be another interesting game. Jaguars have shown that their defense the first 2 weeks can play with anyone. But I think Justin Herbert and the Chargers offense did play really well against the Chiefs last week. And I think they'll continue to play well. And I just think the Chargers will win this week 3 matchup at home against the Jags. Rams versus Cardinals. I think the Cardinals will keep their momentum from last week's come from behind win against Las Vegas and beat the Rams at home. If you guys remember last year, the Cardinals beat the Rams in their first meeting last year. So I think it's all about how the Cardinals and the Rams start. I think the Rams are off to a rough start. Cardinals, I think, will play just good enough to win their first meeting against the Rams. Falcons versus Seahawks. I think the Seahawks will maintain their strong play at home and beat the Atlanta Falcons. I just don't think the Falcons are good enough to chalk up 3 wins this year. I think the Seahawks are better than the Falcons all around. So I'm taking the Seahawks, but don't be surprised if Falcons don't upset them. But my pick is the Seahawks this week. Now we have America's Game of the Week on Fox 325. Packers versus Bucks. 2 of the greatest quarterbacks going at it. Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady. But I think the Packers get the better of the Bucks in the Bucks home opener. Do that. Their defense is really solid, and the Buccaneers offense really struggle. And it doesn't help that the Bucks offense is going to be missing Mike Evans due to a 1-game suspension. After getting into a fight with Marshawn Lattimore in the fourth quarter of last week's game against the Saints. So I think the Packers take this one. Now we have the Sunday night game. 49ers versus Broncos. I think Jimmy Garoppolo will come in, and the 49ers will find out that they're a better offensive team when Jimmy Garoppolo's in rather than Trey Lance. Don't get me wrong, prayers are up for Trey Lance after having a really bad broken ankle injury. That ended his season last week. But I think the 49ers will have fire under them and win this one for Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo on the road in the mountains against the Broncos. Now we have the week 3 finale featuring the Giants and Cowboys. See, I think the Cowboys believe Cooper Rush can continue to do well for them, as he did play well enough to beat the Bengals. But last week, and really, this Dallas team is really based on their top-rated defense. Last weekend, they were the top defensive league in the league. And last year they were finished number 1 defensive team in the league. So I think they will ride their defense and win against the NFC East foes, the New York Giants. But yeah, I hope that you guys agree with my picks, and if not, let me know what changes you guys would think would happen, who will win. Let me hear your picks. But thanks for listening, and let's hope for another fun, crazy week 3. Bye, guys.